Good afternoon all, I'm Tom, Control Alt Tom. You can find me in the corner of the room there running the CTF, in Wi-Fi and stuff. Pretty good, seems to be running smoothly now, we're on track. What I've gauged out the sort of floor plate out there is everyone's on a journey of some sort, whether you're a deep SME, reverse engineering binaries at the minute, you're still looking at the next area to become a specialist in, so everyone's learning something at some point and never really an expert in everything. So what I'm going to focus on sort of is hopefully talk more for the noobs in the room, really. It's about sort of my track of how I got to where I am. 20 years in industry, both with military and civilian environments, but then someone coming from I don't say disadvantaged background, but someone with a massive ability to read and write to actually be successful. So I will be giving you some resources at the end. I'll give you a QR code to scan if you want to take the risk. If not, you can just Google my name and link tree and click the top link. Cool. So within the resources, unlike most resources you get, which is a bunch of videos, this contains qualifications, video series, documents, the communities you can join as well. So while you're studying, you can also speak to people, the tools, and my little heart here is the Cyber Core Skills course that I run, the videos that you can watch as well, if you don't mind my dulcet northern tones. So the resources look something like that, but it'll be clearer on screen. A little bit about me first. So I said 20 years in the industry, it's 23 now. Senior cybersecurity engineer amongst the team. My current role is in delivering cyber exercises, not just cyber, but full warfare environments. I'm currently serving in the Royal Navy, 20 years done. About to go for a commission, which is good. And I've worked in different areas of cybersecurity. So I've worked in the defensive, I've worked in the OCO side, but now I'm within the DevOps space and really generating the cyber exercise. Pretty cool. If anyone's got any questions about how do I get involved in military cyber, more happy to point in directions for all recruiting good skill sets anyway. Alright? I'm not going to tell you anything that's not protecting the market. So personally, who am I? Because I'm actually a real person, I'm not just a label. I am a dad and husband, cyber enthusiast, author. I've got one book published, I'm about to have the second. I'm a trainer with the Cyber Core Skills course, creator, as we all are nowadays if you've got a YouTube channel. Bit of a traveller, 38% of the world, 18% done. That doesn't seem a lot, but Matt looks really impressive. And definitely a qualifications hunter. Ignore the obviously CH there, but the rest of them and sort of try to attack things at a broad angle from CH, networking, team, and a bit of blue team as well. Cool. So I am coming from an educated point of view, hopefully. Some of the projects that I've got going on at the minute, and this is really entailing to what you can invest in yourself and bring things out. So as I said, Cyber Core Skills course, which has got a GitHub page and on YouTube. I've written a couple of cybersecurity books, running real-life cyber CTFs. So in there, you can hack the Wi-Fi, sniff traffic, and then attack a carry box if you want to and take it offline. I can always rebuild it. You know what I mean? So my real bit is running in live ones. So the online challenges are online challenges, but in real life stuff is far better because you can build some real skills. Hosting networking events. So my CTFs mainly aimed at a lower level than what seems to be at Basingstoke. So I'm not saying the Portsmouth crowd are a struggle, but they struggle to get on normal commercial available Wi-Fi, let alone hacking it. Then my real technical project at the minute is developing a single solution for training. So it's a trim range using infrastructure as code with a guacamole front end and a Moodle for courseware. So if anyone's interested in, it's free, I'll give it. Just if you want a training solution in your own work, I'll give you one for it. It's all open source. So breaking in. So obviously the title's breaking and giving back. So how did I break in? So starting off with a bit of a noob, try hack me and now a weathered sailor. Looking at 20 years down the line and slightly bitter, I've got to say, shaking my head at various things that come through, but raw dogging on hack the box constantly. Started 2002, went to college in IT, ended up working at college in 2004. That's our rack. Disgusting. And yeah, it's all virtual now, thank God. It doesn't look as bad. Then 2003, work experience for the NHS. So I did first line support and then multi-site hardware engineering sort of place and stuff. So you'll notice the constant theme of work experience. So this is before I joined up, I was doing work experience. So it's the sort of steps of I'm guessing 90% of people in have asked us at the start who's not in cybersecurity or trying to get into it. But happy, thank you, good. Okay, so we'll notice a constant thing. 2005, joined Navy, 6 months deployed, but then did 6 months of trade training for IT comms. Joined the first ship, aircraft carrier, crew of 1,000, and become a sysadmin on that to maintain systems online, multiple systems, multiple classifications, all the good stuff. Still physical servers, nothing virtualised. And then 2007, deployed on a different ship as the IT security manager on that and dealt with. That was 2007, 2008. We might have had a big virus called Flickr, which caused massive workloads, lots of sleepless nights and re-imaging of every single terminal for 1,000 people with one set of CDs. It was always fun. Good times. Cool. 2012, become an IT technical trainer. That's why I try to talk to the back of the room. There's all sorts of weird disciplinary things that I like to do. One of the things is there is I got challenged based on I did an interview with Fujitsu when I wanted to jump ship. I was like, I'm done, I want to be a normal person. And then he said, why aren't you certified in what you're doing? So then jumped ship and got me through CCNAs. And then dedicated myself and I was like, I'm going to run this training bit. I want to start giving back for free. So the first version of my cybercore skills course was called Switched On Training, ironically for networking. Posted on YouTube, but I've got a couple of people certified remotely in CCNA, so if anyone's interested, look at the videos. They're a bit old school, but I've got newer versions. Did, again, third line support, IT systems deployed, and then more work experience at Blue Screen IT as a SOC analyst. Key point there is, if you wanted to get in, ask the right questions. So before I went down to Blue Screen IT, I asked them, what scene are you using? They said, Alien Bolt. They changed now. That's what I said. So before I got down to Blue Screen IT in Plymouth, and that's before I drive from Portsmouth where I'm from, I built Alien Bolt. So I built it as a scene, created the users, created a dashboard, got some SNMP traps going in, setting trap levels, and really got amongst it and understood the sort of the environment that it sat on. So when I got there, it was 2 weeks worth of work here, so I was already in the second one. So then from the first day I got there, I was already SOC level 1, level 2, I was looking at triage, I was looking at SLAs, I was looking at threat intelligence, generating threat reports, and I'm the second week, and I was the SOC manager. In theory, I'm not going to discredit anyone, but apart from looking at the real life tracks coming in and knowing what, seeing, I suppose, maps of the world, that's what we're getting through. Cool. They had some very interesting customers as well, so it was good work experience. Cool. Bit more punchy job, 2020, range engineer and cloud engineer, producing test ranges and training ranges. I'm not going to say where, but using Terraform and Ansible, and effectively survived my entire time there based on 2 Udemy courses, and only because I asked the right question. I said, what can I learn before I get there so I can actually survive? So they said, learn Terraform and Ansible. So I did, and got on it, took on my notes, used the GitHub repo, and then there was no more training after that. So it was all self-learning, self-generated, moving on to the next project, Kubernetes, Docker, next skill. What else? Then customers want more, and you have to then learn another technique, another bit of open source software. It's crazy. So some of the things I worked on during that was DCM2, which is Defensive Cyber Model 2. That was my big sort of in with the creation of the grey space made up internet for that, and then Cyber Warrior, which is a massive exercise. So if anyone's got any questions or wants to get to DevOps, I'm more likely to spend time with the side talking through that. Now, a bit of Navy, I think, a little bit of shit. So now currently running cyber elements of warfare exercises. And I've got 2 sort of pronged attack responsibilities with that. My last one, I had to move 100 people from the UK to an entire aircraft carrier, making sure they have the correct IT systems, accounts, allocations, permissions to communicate, but then deliver a cyber event to make sure we're certified UK CSGs through the Suez Canal. With a team of 100 people. That was the mixture of statutory prior to me setting down. Pretty impressive. We had a single virtual exercise which was fully using our own infrastructure, and then 2 real world, one up in Norway, one in the Mediterranean, because it's beautiful. Any questions so far? Cool. I'll stop talking about myself in a minute and then really give back, don't worry. So really, recently I've started looking at brands and personal branding. That sort of seems to be what you need nowadays to get put anywhere. So in 2001, I launched myself as a personality, Control Tom and the Cyber Skills course, regenerate that. Then become a cybersecurity trainer and focus as part of the exercises. Speaking here today, that you're on here, congratulations, you're part of my story. Then going to be running another cyber CTF at Bournemouth, and next year or later this year, launch my own limited company with various different services. If anyone wants any UV stuff, give us a shout. Cool. So, from the timeline, what I've learned is, first of all, ask the right questions, or at least ask a question. So, if you're going into a scenario, don't go in there without any knowledge. So, what technical stuff are you using that I can learn, that I can be adaptive and overcome the first hurdle? Because that's going to be it. You're going to go into as an AWS engineer. Not necessarily every job description will tell you exactly what you're doing. Ask what tech they're using, not so you hack them on the outside, know what patch levels are, but so you can enable yourself from day one, understanding, because you're already amongst that sort of the 6-month period where you've got your head down, the grace period you've got to learn the job. Get connected. So a big thing that I started doing and then I realised is relationships make them genuine. So if you connect on LinkedIn, remain in contact with them. Speak to people that are human. All right, it's not just a one-way relationship. If you're here, what else can I do for you? Can I run a CTF for you? Can I speak? Can I give you some help setting up in the morning? Stuff like that. Request work experience is a big thing. So I've done blue team and red team and a bit of hardware engineering at the Olympic and breaking ambition. So I didn't pitch myself doing range engineering when I first resetting passwords as a level 1 support, but effectively delivering, saving the MOD £500,000 on an early delivery of a product is pretty good. So don't see yourself there, build it up in small stages, all right, and always have, as part of that New Year's ambition, definitely next step. So supporting you, I'll probably run through this a little bit quickly. So paying it back. My single word of advice is find out what you enjoy. I tried to be a SOC analyst, looking at CSV files, breaking them down, TCP dumps, and running Python scripts to find out single IP addresses against that is not my own. I enjoy building. I like ripping something down, building it with open source software, and then producing multiple layers of open source software to produce a solution and find a problem and then fix it. So I definitely sit in the yellow team, but also enjoy a little bit of orangey for training and talking. So find what you enjoy, because that's what you're going to end up doing. All right, and that's what we end up sticking with, whether it's working in a kernel level, BIOS, buffer overflow type stuff. If that really excites you, do it more and find a job that does that, because there's bound to be one. And any area in cyber, you put the word cyber to it, you're always going to get a little bit more, including project management. Right, it sits at the right end. Cool. So if you're not technical, be a project manager. You're technical. Choose your area based on obviously everyone's seen this, everyone's using it. I'm not claiming, but find what certificates suit you, which will enable you. Alright, this is a good bit. Giving back resources. So, singing again, Cybercore Skills course, free online. It's got a GitHub front page. I'll give you the link to that if you want to start looking at my videos and hearing me again, but virtual, so you can chat. 30 videos at the minute, and it's always expanding. When I get really enthusiastic about something, or when you hear 2 or 3 questions at the same, that's an issue. So I do a video on it and give them a link, so I don't have to explain that again. But then it takes a little bit of editing on top. Cool. The areas that I'm covering within the sort of GitHub repo, which we'll provide you at the end, the network, virtualization, cloud, Windows domain and PowerShell, because that's always needed, Linux, CLI, Python. Within Linux, it's also got bash scripting as part of the links I've given you. Red team, blue team, but blue teaming from a building perspective. So giving you all the links at all the different scenes that you can build and put in track yourself. DevOps, my area in automation, bit of GRC because it's always needed for auditing, and AI machine learning because that's effectively for building. That's how I can do it now without even doing any gamble and stuff. Easy. Cool. And then a big thing is the soft skills area. So as I said at the beginning, reading writing age of 7.5, I got here and managed to write reports because I learned how to do that through speech to text. It's amazing that using Google Docs has got a speech function. I can write all my reports in there, move it across, and I don't have to type a single word genuinely. Lots of speech to text, loads of things in built. It's got all the links in there. Microsoft Edge has got speech to text. It's brilliant. Soft skills, so it will effectively give you everything from how to generate a CV to what podcasts to listen to try to stay informed, really, especially SharePoint. Last week, you can remain concurrent with what's going on in the world. Mental health, something that's definitely close to my heart, is burnout's a massive cause and expectations of companies nowadays. And I see a lot of people sort of looking around going, as soon as I say it, it's burns out is a common thing, whether it's your self-study, whether it's work expectations, whether it's family. Balance that's hard. So it comes in a two-pronged attack, and mental health, let's say, it's a little bit better. But effectively, you've got recovery, sustainability, and then building resilience. Alright, so wherever you are on that spectrum, I'm trying to now build resilience. I'm now in that area. So I've got some tools you use in that area. Alright, it's a common thing. Cybersecurity is changing every minute, and the expectation on top of that is horrible. So just there's some good stuff in there. And links that I've provided you, QR code, have a little look, go through straight to the bottom. Go straight. I've used all these tools myself, alright, so I'm not going to give you a bunch of auto-generated stuff. Cool. So there it is. That's the Siesta de la Resistance. If you don't want to scan a QR code, I think most of you have, good. It's not going to take you to anything dodgy. It's going to take you to my Linktree page, and the first link on that is the GitHub repo, which is called BeamSide 2025 Talk Resources. It's massive. Or you can go on Google and type in Control-Alt-Tom Linktree. Also the same. The top link on there will give you every single resource in every area, not just based on videos, communities, tools, alright? Gives you a way to reach out to me if you need to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll probably be going through that in a few minutes. Oh, no, I'm actually on time. Cool. Yeah. Thank you for listening. If there's any questions.
What time's the CTF open until today?
The online stuff will remain online until NX, until I stop paying for the DNS access through Cloudflare. So that'll be about another 6 months. But the Wi-Fi stuff will be until close by 7:30. But if anyone needs a hand, I'm more than happy to sit down with people and build up that from them. Cool. Thanks very much.